Well, Lord Dussault Sr. checking in. I was scanning the, the YouTube the other day and came across this thing that said a wedgie jig. How to make a wedgie jig. Well, I kind of got interested a little bit. Watched 3 or 4 or 5, 6 videos and says, gee, I think I can make myself one of those. So off I went. And this is the end product right here. It's designed to be adjustable. And I'm sure if you've gone on, some folks have go on internet, they've seen these type of, you can set your angles on it. And what you end up with when you're done is something like what you see here. Different patterns that I made that I'm working on. This is what they're not supposed to look like right here. You notice the gaps in there. That's when your angles are not proper. That's the most important part of setting one of these up and the most difficult. I saw a couple YouTube videos where some folks had a heck of a time doing it. I think I got fairly lucky when I did mine. It came out quite easy. Everything seemed to work out pretty good for me. There's just an infinite number of things you can do with one of these wedgies, and I counted them depending, you got a different number of count depending on the angle and the size and the length and everything of what you're building. But this one here, made up of just a little junk because I was trying it out, has 44 pieces to make that circle right there. These little ones, after they were done, I cut up some little spaces in just to kind of accent them a little. I've seen that on YouTube. What a lot of this is done on YouTube is to turn bowls, fancy bowls, where they all stack different pieces together. And that's not exactly the good way to show you how to do it, but anyways, on that idea, and then it's all glued up and put in a lathe and it's all turned down. And if you've ever seen some fancy stuff at a show somewhere, that's pretty much how it's done. What I will do is I'll take a break from this part, what I'm showing you here, and set back up against the saw, and I will show you how I make the cuts on this and bring it back and lay a quick one out if we can here with some scrap. So, signing out for the moment. I'll be back. Well, I'm back after a little bit of setup. This is how this works. There's an adjustable stop on this end. And bring it back all the way out to here. And for accuracy, these got some marks on here, but it's always good to use your rule. You make your first cut. And I'll pretend we haven't made a cut yet, so I'll start this up. It's going to be a little noisy, and you can see what happens. Move it to the opposite side. Do not change the angle. Continue back and forth. Once you get it set up. Let's see if we have enough of these. I may have to come back and make one more. But actually, if I take the guide off, whoa there! Perhaps we can do this right here. A little show and tell as to how this works out. If I line this right, we should have some. Now you get some little nubbies on the ends that you have to sand off, which makes it a little once you get where you're going here, and you come around like so. And the first thing you know, you have one of these. And now it's hard to tell right now just how tight this one's going to be. But there, not too bad actually, once it gets all snugged up. And I didn't take too much time lining it up, so that's always a possibility. There, little fuzz edge. But anywho, this is what we're looking for. And you can make them in all sizes. So, here's a test one for us. Some spare pieces. And I haven't learned all of the ins and outs yet, but there are several ways of cutting different angles on here. This time, instead of going like so, I'm going to flip it over and do this just for the heck of it. Once you cut them at this angle, then you can make more angles here. Look at there, will you? Well, anyways, that's Lloyd Dussault Sr. showing you my latest little jig. And like I said, it's adjustable, so you can make any different angles on it. Loosens up. Looks like that. And just to make sure, I also made some pins, so when it's in the slots where it belongs, the pin should pretty much drop in there. Lock it right down. Yeah, just like that. Well, that's it for now, I guess. This works quite well. It extends all the way back here if you were to make real long pieces with it. I think most of the time it'll probably be used on the shorter end of the scale, but that's it. I thought it was a pretty cool project to build, and I'm very happy with the results. And as you can see, I went kind of a little nuts just messing around, trying out the different cuts on it. And sooner or later, I will be constructing some sort of fancy stuff with it, I hope. Make some designs of my own. But anyways, it's Lloyd Dussault Sr. Check it out. Hope you check my YouTube channel. Have a good one.